The day goes by Lady and Dante doing their business as John was in his side of the room with earmuffs and a look on his face that can only be described as pure unadulterated rage, and a glare that would burn a hole in his dense book. Nero was just video calling Kyrie. Later, someone knocks at the door. John gets up and made sure to quickly go out and greet the guests lest they see two horny teens making out. And it was a little Red Riding Hood. Ruby, hey John, have you seen Blake? John, the cat in a bow? Ruby, huh, but how? John cuts her off. John, it was too obvious. Who in their right mind wear a bow on top of their heads? Even if it's an accessory, normally you tend to take something like that off, not wear it as you sleep. And it twitches around without any wind. Ruby, UHG. Okay, have you seen her? John, why? Is there a problem besides the shouting last night? Ruby, you heard. John, can't tell what you're fighting about, but I guess by the sound of the voice it's Sheen. Get in control of your team, Rose, or you'll end up losing them. Ruby looks down but steeled her resolve, but she can't help but have specks of tears eye her eyes. John approved, albeit he can respect someone who chose to do right than those who make excuses, Carden. The noise in their room stopped as Lady ran out to give Ruby a pep talk and pushes John into the wall. Lady, sorry about him, he's always like this. Dante and Nero, oof. Lady, look, Ruby, being a leader means you have to be responsible for everyone. If something goes wrong, you should help solve it and counsel your teammates. It's like you're a big sister to them now. Ruby perked up as she sees John just dusting himself off with no damage to him whatsoever. John, I won't apologize for being realistic. If you keep coddling her and she won't be strong enough to stand on her own. Lady, I know, but she's 2 years younger than everyone. John, I blame Ashwin for that. Lady, come on guys, let's help our fellow team out. Dante, I got nothing on my schedule. Nero, yeah right. The three then looks to John. John, fine. Later in Vale. Ruby, Blake, Weiss, I say we still need to call the authorities. Yen, come on, she doesn't deserve that. Weiss, no, it will be easier to find her if we file a missing persons case. I'm still not sure about her. Then someone passed them. John, I see you still have a bit of sense among you lot. Young, hey, what's that supposed to mean? John, you've been sleeping alongside a former terrorist. Who could have killed innocent people? Ruby, she wouldn't do that. John, and how can you have faith like that? You don't know her, not completely. He then air-tricked away. Near the docks, a huge explosion occurred. Nero pulled out his scroll and made a call. Nero, guys, something is happening at the docks, make your way here. Dante, I got it, we're heading there now. He then revved his motorcycle as Lady holds on tight. Meanwhile at the docks, Blake and Son was fighting Roman while the White Fang tries to assist. Then something happened that caught everyone's attention. Light blue lines forming a cross, and then someone walks out. John, so this is where you've been hiding. Roman instantly recognized the new challenger. Roman, oh shit, it's him, I thought this would happen sooner or later. John looked toward Blake and Son and honked. John, so you fools never learn. The Faunus snarled and hissed at his tone. WF Grunt 1, you're just a human. John, whoever said that I was only human. WF Grunt 2, a filthy half-breed. Blake was appalled the White Fang is discriminating a half-Faunus. WF Grunt 3, your mother must have been a whore. John, better than you fools. WF Grunt, stop calling us fools. John, then stop acting like you all are. I give you this one warning, drop your weapons, and this can be resolved peacefully. WF Grunt, no way in hell. There's only one of you, and when we're done killing you, we'll find that whore of a mother of yours and send her to hell to you. Blake couldn't believe her ears, all four of them. John, I see you people are just as what others have said you are. Nothing but mindless animals, then there is only one answer. Now perish. After the light show ended, all of the aggressive White Fang members were nothing but pieces. The rest either ran or knelt in fear. Then Blake speedily walked to John and slapped him in the face. Funny thing is he didn't even flinched. Blake, why? Why did you do that? John, stop defending these bloodthirsty murderers. Blake, they were just... John, you heard what they said to me, and I've heard that excuse so many times. Only fools spout it. Defend them again, in front of their victims. Let's see how they react to your words. Tell that to the villages they burned down for their supplies. Blake, what are you talking about? John, you should know you're one of them. Blake took a step back as Son ran to her and stood in between them. Son, if you want to hurt her, you gotta go through me. John, you say that like it would be difficult. Then John appeared right behind him and back kicked him toward a container, breaking his aura, but he was still conscious. John, make sure you can back up your words before you stand against me. He then glared at Blake. John, you heard them, and with your enhanced hearing, you know who they really threatened. Or are your ears just for show? Blake, I heard, but... John, but what? You defend those murderers and get angry at the victim? I guess the Faunus truly do deserve to be treated the way they behave. Blake, but you're one. John, half of you lie, my other half has more sense. Then they saw the bullhead just sneaked away from them. They were too busy getting at each other's throats. John, you happy now? Then the rest of Team RWY and Penny arrives and saw the two facing each other. As the DMC crew also arrived, the two on bike and one on foot. Young, hey, nice bike. Dante, why thank you, beautiful. Then his ear got pulled hard. Lady, Dante, not the time. They see someone on the floor groaning. Nero helped him up. Nero, you okay there, bud? Son, you stop the guy, he's trying to hurt my friend. Nero, who him? He's on lecture mode, not kill mode, it's alright. Son, you know him. Dante, why should we not? He's our eldest brother. Son, you're brothers. He kicked me to a wall. Nero, by the looks of it, it was a love tap, dude, stop whining. Son, he broke my aura. Dante whistles. Back to the two. John, you people all love to judge, don't you? Both humans and Faunus. The only ones who had any sense in this asinine world was mother and father. At least they were able to see what they share, not what makes them different. If you want a better life than them, he points at the pieces. Take care of the ones that love you, or don't, it's your choice. John turns his back and went to his group. Weiss just hurled at the corpses. Young was covering Ruby's eyes. Penny was looking at the DMC crew. Then a bullhead landed. And out came Ashbin and Glinda. Ashbin, I see you've been busy, Mr. R. Glinda, headmaster the bodies. Ashbin, I know, Glinda, I expected something like this would happen and prepared accordingly. I have granted you a temporary license to operate as one huntsman. So you are cleared for your actions, but I still want to hear why you had to resort to bloody murder to do this. Dante, sheesh, look at the mess. Nero, yeah bro. John, they called Mama whore and they threatened to kill her after killing me. Glinda then pales at the words. She felt it was justified. If anyone threatens her family, she will make as bad as a mess John did. Glinda adjusts her glasses and sighs. Glinda, although you responded within reason, I would like to ask you not to kill in the future as of this moment. You're still a student. John then bows and accepts the rebuke. John, as you wish. I won't kill them, but that doesn't mean I won't put them in a hospital if they get too violent with me. Ashbin, acceptable. And now, Miss Belladonna? Teams RWBY stiffened.